y'all, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. This is what I created for my last Sharingmoore Projects with Friends. This video will probably post after that video. This flower here on top was something that I created. That's actually included in the file for this little box. I'll include a link to that video down below. I'd had some questions on how I created some flowers that I included in the loaded purse swap that I did with Tanya at I Dream by Tanya. This is the flower that was in that swap. This is a dye that I've had in my stash from AliExpress, but this is how it looks. You just search flower dyes and looks for something that shape. It does have like some embossing in the flower, so that was one of the reasons that I purchased that. But I created those flowers just like I created these flowers, so I'm gonna share with you how I created them because I still have some of these flowers cut. So this is the little tool that I've been using. It's just like a flower shaping tool. It's one of the cheaper ones. I actually got that from AliExpress. It was only like $1 maybe. Standard set of tweezers. Those are the ones from the Dollar Tree. I do have a sponge that I cut in half. This is one of the ones from the Dollar Tree. That's how it looks. I just cut this top piece off to make it shorter. And I saw Tamika at Scrap the World using one of those really large sponges to do some flowers. So I started using this, but I'll show you another way that I was using it before I got the sponge. The technique using the tweezers to squeeze was something I saw Monica Scrapping for My Boy do when she used to do her live flower sessions. So I will link both of their channels below, as well as the video showing the flowers that I did the swap with I Dream by Tanya. So this flower is created out of several different pieces. I use that gold cardstock with the craft backing. It's two of those. One of these lighter pink pieces. There's a mauve piece. There's a dark pink piece. There's that gold piece in the center. I don't have any more of those cut. And then there's some of these Stampin' Up! Perennial Essence floral centers. So before I picked up the sponge to create the flowers, all I did was took the petal, cupped it in the center of my hand, and used the larger end of this flower tool and just went in a complete circle. I did that on the edge of the petals. See how it starts breaking down the fibers? I did it on the edge of the petals, and I did it in the center of the flower. Just try to stay as close to the edge as you can. This is not my technique. I'm sure this has been done before. I was just asked the question how I created mine. I think this is it called cupping? I'm not sure. I'm not a flower expert. This is just some stuff that I saw. I've been wanting this tool for a while, so I went ahead and ordered it from Ali. I've had it in my stash. I just haven't used it. So that's how you get the flower to cup. Do each leaf, stay to the edge as good as you can, and then you just do it there in the center. Now the sponge, this sponge isn't very large, but you can use the sponge the same way. You can also, I got the smaller one because you can also hold this in your hand. If you get tired of doing it in your hand, this works. All of this works. I don't have a special technique. So once you do the cupping, you take your tweezers. This is something I saw Monica Scrapping for My Boys do. And what she did was took each petal, and what I did is took my tweezers and had it go all the way to where the center point of the flower, and I just pushed the petals up like that. I do have a lot of Monica flowers. I love how she makes them. I also have some of Cuddle Me Clay Tay's flowers. She does more of the cupping flowers. I love those. But this is how I created this flower. Once you get your petal done, that's how it looks. So all I did was do this to each one of these layers. On the bottom layer, instead of cupping the flower up, I cup the flower down, and all that is turning the petal over. and it does the exact same thing. And then I just laid this bottom one down and just stacked on top of that. So I'll share with you some of these flowers because I still have those. I haven't sent them out yet. So this is another little box that I made. Love this paper right here. This is called Rooftop Garden. It's one of those older Michael's Hot Buy papers with the bikes all over it. I love that paper. But these are some of the other flowers that I made. Those that one has the iridescent center. So there's two of those. There's some of this piping stuff in there from the Dollar Tree because I actually ran out of the little gold thing. So I put one of the perennial centers in this, and then I went around the edge with some glue, and then I did the tubing from the Dollar Tree in gold. And then here's one with just the perennial center, and then this one right here. And these are all done with this same technique that I just showed you. I'll leave the file number to this file down below, as well as Tamika and Monica's channels, so you can see how they create their flowers. I'll also leave the link to the project share video where I shared the other flowers that I created using the dye from AliExpress. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank y'all so much for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. Bye.